Today I wanted to go over one of my favorite wines and one that is very common and popular among a big group of people, and it is the Chardonnay. It's a 2016 Chardonnay. It's the Roots Run Deep winery in Napa, California. If you have a set of Vino cards at home and are following along with me, it'll be the first card in our set. The first S is sight. So as you're looking at the wine, you'll notice a very interesting kind of yellow, kind of looks like a urine color, or butter. You know, that might be actually better to think of. But usually what I've noticed is that with different types of whites, you kind of have to create that type of association in your mind. I know that that's very unique to Chardonnay, so it'll definitely stand out amongst other white wines. You can create your own little associations as well as you continue to learn more about white wines. The next S is swirl. So we're letting it breathe a little bit more, releasing the aromas. Probably from this distance, you can already kind of smell a little bit. I'm gonna let it breathe just a little moment more. And in the meantime, I'll read to you guys a little bit of the Chardonnay. The origin of a Chardonnay is in France. And there are also two types of Chardonnays that are commonly talked about. So it's either oaked or unoaked Chardonnay. In the 80s and 90s, the United States went crazy for Chardonnay. Winemakers were aggressively oaking it, which created flavors of vanilla, marshmallows, and wood. Since then, the taste has changed. Chardonnay is the most planted grape variety in the world because of its ability to grow almost everywhere. And some of the countries that I listed on here of where it actually is grown is France, of course, its origin, the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Argentina, and many, many more. I'm gonna bring it up to my nose. Remember, take a really big sniff, do it a few times, and try to see what kind of smells come up. Smell lemon, apple, pear, pineapple, peach, and passion fruit. So very light flavors, which does of course contribute to that nice light color of the wine. Before moving forward, I do want to bring out that each card has a sweetness and acidity level at the very top. So if you tend to lean more towards dry wines, for example, the sweetness bar will let you know how far to one side or the other this wine is. This one tends to be a little bit on the drier side. And for acidity, it's about in between low and medium. So for the last S, that is sip. And let's go ahead and swirl it just a little bit. You can always bring it up to your nose first before taking a sip to kind of remind you of the flavors and aromas that you're possibly about to taste. I have, as far as taste, vanilla, a buttery taste, which kind of adds a little bit of, I feel like the thickness of the wine, I could see it being a bit buttery. Pie crust and a baked tart, and then as well as peach and pears. If you wanted to cook dinner and include a nice bottle of a Chardonnay, it tends to pair very well with salmon. And as far as veggies, asparagus is a really good dish to add. And for desserts, a vanilla cake would be quite delicious. I have on here as well as a little extra to help you through this wine tasting. So I'll go ahead and read it for you guys. A New World Chardonnay is typically matured in oak barrels, giving the wine a sweeter finish with flavors of vanilla and baked goods. If you want something more refreshing and dry, try Old World Chardonnay, which is typically matured in steel barrels, giving the wine a leaner, earthy, and mineral finish. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a little bit more about one of the most popular wines that are out there, a Chardonnay. It's delicious, it's light fruit flavors, and it's just a very fun wine to drink, especially during a nice warm day, a perfect outside drink. So join me next time with a glass of wonderful wine, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next video. Cheers!